Tyler Perry's facing a 9-figure lawsuit surrounding allegations.
I think in the sense of you think it's going to go one way or it'll be something else.
Tyler Perry's back in the headlines, but not because of a new blockbuster. This time, it's his baby mama, Gelila Bekele, making waves. After staying silent for years, she's reportedly opening up about what really ended their relationship, and let's just say, it's not a clean-cut story. Online talk suggests Gelila hinted that there was much more than just a quiet breakup involved. Now, rumors are flying secret identities, hidden preferences, and even a lawsuit accusing Perry of harassment and manipulation. Leaked texts, whispers about inappropriate conduct with male actors, and some suspicious exits from Perry's inner circle are fueling the fire. What once looked like a peaceful split is now starting to feel like Gelila was getting out of something way deeper. With so-called receipts now circulating and legal threats looming, Perry's carefully crafted public image might be slipping, and fast. Most people know their relationship was always low-key. No engagement, no marriage announcements, barely any public appearances. And then, out of nowhere, it just ended. Perry later dropped a post on Instagram saying, "I'm 51, single, and just wondering what the next chapter of my life will look like." And that wasn't no explanation, no mention of Gelila. The breakup wasn't officially announced, just quietly implied. On paper, it was described as an amicable split with no bad blood, but the internet wasn't buying it. A lot of people questioned how suddenly and silently it all ended. Perry had built his entire brand on emotional storytelling in his films, but when it came to his real life, he stayed completely silent. That contrast didn't go unnoticed. Rumors about Perry's sexuality had been circulating for years, and anytime someone even hinted at him being gay or closeted, he reportedly didn't take it well.
From what I understand, Tyler Perry was furious over this.
Some believed his long-term relationship with Gelila was more strategic than romantic, a way to calm the rumors, craft a family image, and protect his brand. And it's not unheard of for high-profile men to stay linked to one woman just to avoid deeper scrutiny. Online, people were blunt about it. The relationship looked staged. Neither Perry nor Gelila ever addressed those suspicions, but the silence only made them louder. In fact, the more they avoided it, the more people started to believe it. One former user commented, "He's still out here pretending he likes women. I guess he's gonna come out just like Da Brat did." So when the Dixon lawsuit surfaced, alleging misconduct and outing private conversations, people started looking at Perry's breakup in a whole new light. Gelila's exit didn't seem so peaceful anymore. It felt strategic, like she sensed what was coming and dipped before it all went public. But here's the thing, the real shocker isn't just the accusations, it's the details. Perry allegedly went after Dixon by pretending he was offering legit acting opportunities, but things quickly took a turn. What started as career talk allegedly spiraled into late-night texts he didn't ask for, suggestive messages, and even physical advances. The texts, some of those texts now all over the internet, include messages like, "I would fry you, and I haven't been touched in months." Suddenly, the quiet whispers about Perry being closeted aren't just idle gossip anymore. Now they're tied to real names, timestamps, screenshots, and sworn testimony. And this is where Gelila steps back into the spotlight. If the claims are real, then her walking away from Perry doesn't feel random at all. Maybe she had already started sensing that something wasn't right, and that Dixon's claims only confirmed what she had seen behind closed doors. There are whispers that Gelila may have known about Perry's private lifestyle all along, but chose to stay quiet, maybe to shield their son, protect her own image, or even to help preserve Perry's empire. When news of the lawsuit broke, people immediately started asking, is this why Gelila really left? Because while Perry posted that cryptic message about being single, she never spoke up. She didn't defend him. She just faded out. And now that silence feels like confirmation, like she saw the storm brewing long before the rest of us did. What used to be quiet whispers on shady forums is now front page material. And at the center of it all, this lawsuit. In the court filings, Dixon lays out a timeline that's honestly hard to brush off. He claims he first met Perry back in 2019 at some industry event. Perry noticed him, asked for his number, and started hinting at upcoming roles. Eventually, Dixon landed the gig. Everything looked promising until it didn't. About a year later, Perry allegedly invited him to his Atlanta home. Dixon says he went in thinking it was about mentorship or maybe another career opportunity, but that night ended with too much drinking, a guest room crash, and Dixon waking up to Perry touching his thighs. He says he shut it down, but after that, things just started to feel off. And then it got worse. Dixon says Perry kept reaching out, but this time, the text had a different tone, flirty, pushing boundaries. And now, those same messages are all over the internet. One of them straight up says, "A straight man wouldn't be out here going on walks with you or making you dinner. Unless he wanted to. I would." And their other asked what it would take him to have guiltless Dixon also say Dixon says the character Perry cast him as a gay homeless man trading for a place to stay wasn't just a role. He claims it was a direct reflection of what Perry allegedly wanted from him in real life. According to Dixon, Perry even told him he needed someone who was loyal, submissive, and totally dependent on him. By that point, Dixon says he felt cornered, afraid to lose the opportunity, but no longer feeling safe. He says he tried to set boundaries, made it clear he wasn't that guy, but the messages kept coming. And then in 2020, things hit a breaking point. Dixon says he visited Perry again, and this time everything exploded. Perry allegedly asked, "You like it rough in bed?" Before grabbing Dixon by the throat and saying, "Look how turned on you just got." Dixon claims he shoved him off and left immediately, but that wasn't the end of it. Dixon alleges that one night, Perry walked into his guest room wearing only underwear, pulled his shorts down, groped him, and whispered, "Relax, just let it happen," Dixon says. He quickly deflected by changing the subject and getting out of the situation. Fast forward to 2024, Dixon officially filed a complaint with the Yacht Quit Show and dropped the lawsuit, but his lawyer fired back quickly, calling it nothing but a setup, saying Dixon had manipulated the situation from the start. His exact words: "This is someone who got close to Tyler Perry just to set up what now looks like a scam." But Perry himself, silent. And that silence is deafening, especially to those who think Gelila saw this coming long before it exploded. If Dixon's claims shattered Perry's carefully crafted image, then maybe Gelila had already lived that truth behind closed doors. Sources close to the couple say Gelila had red flags long before the public caught wind strange patterns. Late night meetings, unusually personal TIs with male staff, and growing emotional distance. Some insiders say she was already uncomfortable with Perry's secretive habits, but when the whispers about inappropriate relationships started circulating, that might have been her final straw. Others believe it was the kind of texts now tied to the Dixon case that pushed her over the edge. The speculation that Gelila either saw or heard about messages Perry had sent to other men, messages that cross professional boundaries, add that to the pressure of maintaining a carefully crafted public image, and it might have been enough to make Gelila walk. Though she hasn't made any public statements, gossip blogs claim she's quietly supported the legal process from the background. She hasn't defended Perry, hasn't tried to control the narrative, and for a lot of people, that silence speaks volumes. Insiders say that since stepping away, Gelila's allegedly cut ties with Perry's inner circle altogether, shifting her focus to activism, modeling, and raising her son. Maybe she left before the storm hit because she sensed it coming, or maybe she just got tired of the act. Either way, what once looked like a peaceful split now feels more like a quiet escape. And when the lawsuit dropped, the internet went wild. Screenshots, court docs, and texts spread faster than anyone could verify them. As expected, social media split into two sides, one crowd ready to cancel Perry on the spot, and another calling it a straight-up setup. Some users were stunned, while others claimed they saw this coming for years. One person tweeted, "I had no idea Tyler Perry is gay," while another clapped back, "Y'all acting like this is new. He's been fruity. The only surprise is that it's finally public." Among LGBTQ+ supporters, the claim sparked a bigger conversation. Was Perry quietly battling his identity? Was this a case of repressed sexuality turning into something darker, or just another fame-fueled takedown attempt wrapped in scandal? Not everyone bought it. Some said the messages felt more flirty than predatory, nothing criminal. One commenter wrote, "This just sounds like awkward flirting and dry convo, but folks are so quick to believe anything thrown out about a black man." Another user chimed in, "These messages read like an older dude trying to get it closeted." Younger guy, "He told him not to work. Yeah, he sounds fruity, but not predatory." Others, though, were fully backing Dixon. Perry was clearly talking to Derek Dixon. Those texts say it all. One user posted, then the backlash turned toward Dixon. Some people started questioning the timing, the texts, the supposed intimacy. They felt like something was missing. They wanted more proof. I don't see anything explicit in these screenshots, not even one direct message. One skeptic wrote, Derek Dixon's just making it up. Still, the patterns are hard to ignore: the casting, the messages, the character that seems to reflect Dixon's real-life situation. This didn't feel random. It felt intentional. And stuck in the middle of all this, Gelila. Her decision to leave Perry could have been quiet self-preservation or a strategic escape. Either way, one thing's for sure, the internet isn't letting this slide. Whether people believe Dixon or not, the takes keep flying, and Perry's silence is only making them louder. Right now, his name is in the middle of a storm. Maybe Gelila walked away for peace. Or maybe she knew something the world's only now discovering. Whatever the truth is, this story isn't done. Hit that like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because what's coming next could flip everything.